now the city of Portland using fees from building developers for new water, sewer, and park projects. But now a group of parents wants to use that money to build schools.
That's what they do in a lot of other places. It's an idea that's now prompted a petition with more than 1,000 local signatures. Jennifer Dowling asking the tough questions tonight on just who's in charge of that money and how it's spent. Jennifer?
Good evening. Yeah, Portland schools are expecting thousands of new students over the next few years due to growth in the city and the surrounding areas. And that has parents concerned that there could be overcrowding at schools like this. Well, as far as SDC funds are concerned for education, well, lawmakers say they have the final say on how they're spent.
I think providing an appropriate budget for more schooling is very important.
Mom Joanna Nemeth is very interested in a new petition asking for more funding to build new schools. Her son Charlie is just 2.
He's petitioning for more schools.
She worries in the future his class sizes will be too large.
If you don't have the appropriate amount of teachers and students and lower number of students, then you run the risk of missing things.
The Coalition of Concerned Voting Parents is asking that fees paid by developers for new parks and infrastructure go to new schools. In the Portland Parks and Rec Department alone, they collected more than $22 million in SDC fees last year. But the city says the state prohibits their use for schools, stating the city is preempted by state law, so a Portland legislator would be a better source. So we took the issue to Representative Julie Parrish. She says in some other states, every time a builder puts in more homes, they have to give money to build more schools as well. She believes in those situations, the cities actually control the schools. Here in Oregon, there's a separation of that power.
And this is different in other cities because in other cities, the city is actually also the school district. They're actually in charge of schools and education, and it's under the branch of the city. Where in Portland, there are two different branches of government.
As for diverting SDC fees in Oregon,
is that something you'd be interested in looking into?
Well, I mean, I'm always open to that conversation.
And Parrish says that even if those SDC funds were diverted to education in part, she says it wouldn't be enough money to build a brand new school, which can cost upwards of $26 million. So she says parents and educators really need to start thinking outside of the box and reimagining schools, perhaps even doing satellite classrooms in buildings downtown, because Portland might not even have the space to build new schools. Also, she said that there is a construction excise tax that the city does collect, and we checked into that. It does collect a tax of $1.20 per square foot of new construction for the construction of schools in Portland and other districts. And the Bureau of Development says in Portland last year, in the fiscal year, it collected more than $6 million in that effort. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Jennifer.